On this episode of Negative Modifier, we'll be playing the game Deltagreen. Deltagreen is a mature tabletop RPG that tackles various dark and unsettling themes and topics that some listeners may find traumatizing, harmful, or generally uncomfortable. Listener discretion is advised.
Should we do a little bit more of a look around?
Is there a sliding glass door? Should we check outside?
Do they have an enclosed backyard or something?
Based on what you drove by, yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand guard out front.
I mean, yeah, if you want to take a look out there, go ahead. I'm gonna do kind of just some looking around in some of the rooms, I guess. I'll start with like the main room, like living room, kitchen, stuff like that.
Before stepping outside, I just want to check to make sure that there's no weird like wires or like lasers.
Yeah, Agent Quick Draw cleared it. You're fine.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna step outside the backyard, take a quick look around.
Yeah, the backyard is a nice kind of normal patio. There's some well-mowed grass. There's a little grill, a little fire pit. It is fenced in around. There's an 8-foot fence around the entirety of it. Like, it'd be a nice enough spot to sit. There's some very basic chairs out there. The fire pit does appear to have been used. Maybe not like recently or frequently, but it has been used at least a few times in probably the last month or so, you'd guess. Like, you are seeing lots of signs of someone definitely lives here or lived here up until very recently type of thing. Agent Quandy, as you're kind of making your way through the house, you are struck by just how incredibly similar, which makes a certain amount of sense, the layout is to the Ackerman house. Living room, dining room / kitchen. In this case, it empties out into the backyard type of thing. And then there is a main bedroom and a bathroom. And it's weird. Like, where the third room would be, that's where this big kind of dresser with all the kind of like war memorabilia stuff is. And yeah, that seems strange. But also, like, houses are different, but like there's something about that seems a tad off. I will say that as you're kind of making your way around, there are furnishings, there's furniture. There's not a ton of personal effects. Like, there's not lots of photos on walls or anything like that. In fact, there's actually there's paintings, and there's 2 paintings of nature. One of them is a painting of a forest. It's weird. Like, it looks like a European kind of oil painting of a forest, but there are several trees visible in it that are definitely not seen outside of Asia type of thing. Like, they seem oddly out of place. Maybe someone messed up kind of thing. There's also a painting of a city across from a lake. The city is kind of out of focus, and as you kind of like move around looking at it, the city seems to kind of shift slightly somehow. Maybe it's a trick of the eye, maybe it's an optical illusion. You can't quite tell. The lake is a dark, churning expanse, and it's strange. The coloring is off. Maybe it's faded over time, but the sky is white, featuring black stars, and it features what may be like a moon or an eclipse or something like that as part of that. There is a painting of an American farmhouse. Do you know anything about art?
Do I know anything about art in particular?
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything specifically in art, actually. No, not really.
Do you have any military science?
Nothing in military science. SIGINT, humanint.
Give me intelligence.
Intelligence, okay. 61 out of 85% success.
So you're looking at this farmhouse and this painting, and like the lighting is wrong. Like, it's a daylight scene, but it's almost like it's being lit by something just out of frame, like off to the right of it or something. And the coloring it's casting, you can't quite put your finger on why, but it almost seems to kind of like imply that there's a fire out of view of this. And kind of on a little plaque below the painting, it just reads Barenhof Farm. There's also a painting of a German castle. It is an unbelievably old looking painting, as best you can tell. Like, the frame is heavy and old. There's like a weight to the painting, weight to the actual paint on it type of thing. Like, just looking at it, it oozes old.
Mm-hmm.
Not like unnaturally or supernaturally old, but like, maybe this thing's legit. Maybe it's from like the 1800s, if not older type of thing. And kind of strange, but also not super strange that a person living in this situation might have it. I will say, based on your kind of intelligence check, this is not the best environment to have these paintings in, if you cared about them, but also they seem to be in fine quality, so who cares?
Okay. So I'll make note of the name of the fire one. Can I investigate you said that area where the third room would be, but instead there's a giant like dresser with a bunch of like war memorabilia?
Yeah.
Can I go investigate that as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously I don't want to pull any drawers open, but I just kind of want to, at initial face value, I do want to kind of take a look.
Yeah, so it is a just extensive collection of service medals, ranking medals, like almost a comical number of Purple Hearts and other stuff like that. Like, if this belonged to one person, they are an insanely decorated soldier of the U.S. military. It might make sense it's maybe some generations or something like that. Like, this is an obscene number of medals for one person to rack up in their entire life. But it's strange. Like, it's a collection of photos, some old, you'd guess, like, because they're in black and white, maybe like World War II. There's some stuff that kind of has a coloring that, like, you see in history books from maybe around, like, the Vietnam era, right up until some photos that look kind of like 90s style tech and stuff like that, just based on the photos in them. It's lots of people in uniforms, some kind of, like, landscapes of places, some military bases. Nothing out of the ordinary, but also kind of stuff that, like, maybe some of the long career in the military might have racked up over time, or has like a collection of friends they've sent to them or something like that. It implies military service, I guess, is maybe the takeaway from it.
Okay.
I will also say, though, that as you're kind of looking around at this, underneath the TV that was on the wall as you came into the house, there is a large vintage traveling chest.
Ooh. Okay. Before I leave the area with all the medals and all that stuff, do they have names or anything, like anything engraving, like identifying like the box or just the metal displays, or is it all just the medals themselves with no identifiers?
What's your criminology at?
My criminology's at 50.
I would go so far as to say there's a suspicious lack of identification. Like, you're not seeing any name patches. You're seeing lots of kind of like rank and performance and like awards that were given, but never any names, weirdly.
Okay, so a lack of names. Are they removed or are they just missing?
You have any military science?
Ooh, I do not have any military science, unfortunately. Can I roll intelligence on that? Can I phone a friend?
I mean, suspect Quick Draw might know something about this.
Okay. So I guess I'll kind of whisper, or not whisper, I'll whistle really quick and say, hey, can I get some eyes in here real quick?
You asking for me or the brain?
Both of you.
I'll go in.
I'll pop inside.
All right. So you're all over by the dresser at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Both of you seem pretty savvy when it comes to some of this military stuff. At least that's my guess. You, Quick Draw, definitely seem like the type. So these, if you can see, this guy here has quite the assortment of medals, almost comically large amount of collection for one individual. But does something seem off about these? Like, there's a lot of awards and like stuff given, but I don't know. Something seem off? Like, does this seem like a standard issue award? Like, this guy doing some stolen valor bullshit, or what's going on here? And I'll like show him one of the awards.
Do I know anything about this?
Oh, yeah. Both of you pretty quickly come to the conclusion this has some stolen valor vibes to this, given your backgrounds. Agent Quickdraw, though, given your background, there's something a tad more sinister about how this looks to you. It's almost kind of like a service trophy or deployment trophy vibe to this. Like, it really is showing off the quantity of these that are there, kind of thing. Not necessarily like that these items are revered in any way, shape, or form, but like, hey, look how many of these I got.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll relay this.
Are these all from the same era, even?
They spent quite a few years of military service. You both would recognize that immediately. Like, if this is one person, is quite the illustrious career, it would make sense for it to be multiple people across basically the entire modern history of U.S. armed forces conflicts.
So now either we got this guy who's pretending to have all these awards, or he's stealing them from all these other vets or something. I don't know.
And you are in a retirement community.
I mean,
Do we have a serial killer on our hands?
could be a serial killer. these could be his trophies or some shit. Who knows? But I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think of myself a pretty smart guy, but I know you have to be goddamn Captain America to be able to collect all these awards, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, there's multiple Purple Hearts here, unless he just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Quick Draw, is there any kind of, I don't know how you found it last time, but like, is there like a secret compartment around? Can you tell?
Well, there is also a chest. I don't know if you guys saw it in the living room. You could open up.
I went to go check out the backyard real quick until you called me, but do you have gloves? Do you need a pair of gloves? Because I have some gloves.
Sorry, are you asking me to dig something up? Like, no, I don't need gloves. I got my own. It's fine.
Okay. And I put on a pair of gloves. Shall we go digging through some chests?
Yeah, but God, doesn't opening a chest just sound like a trap? Like,
we could check. We could always check.
All right.
Come on, live a little.
Yeah, I already did survive an explosion. That's the thing.
Listen, if that didn't kill you, an explosion's not going to kill you.
All right. Fine.
Imagine surviving an explosion like that and then dying to a smaller explosion. It would just be embarrassing.
I know. My coworkers never shut the fuck up about it. All right. Fine. Let's open the fucking chest.
All right, so you open the chest.
Can we inspect the chest first?
Yeah, I'd like to inspect it first.
It appears to be a vintage, large traveling chest.
Could we search the chest outside of it to make sure that there's no weird, like, mechanism other than just it's a chest?
Give me a search if you want.
It's 12 out of 65% success.
You are finding no mechanism, no kind of triggers. It appears to just be a old school, vintage, large traveling chest.
Looks like a chest.
Well, let's open it up then. Who wants to do the honors?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
And I'll stand a few steps away, but nearby.
My curiosity has me just kind of like right behind Quick Draw.
All right, so Quick Draw, do you kind of like slam it open? Do you like gingerly open it? How do you open this chest?
Very gingerly.
Yeah, so it is a dark, worn leather chest with some kind of wooden reinforcing details on it. No locking clasp or anything. And you kind of just slowly start to push the lid open. It moves on the hinges. There's a bit of a squeaking sound. It doesn't quite resist the movement, but it definitely kind of takes a little bit of effort. Not like there's a mechanism involved effort, but just kind of like it's old. And after I'm sure feels like minutes, but it's probably only a couple of seconds of tensely opening this thing up. It's open and you're looking down on just it's about 3/4 of the way full of just an assortment of photos that all kind of look like they're of the same person.
What? And I'm going to pick a couple up.
Yeah, so you pick them up. It's a whole collection of photos. Some of them are black and white. Some of them are in poor color. Some of them are more recent. Nothing super modern, though, for better or worse. And it takes you a second to realize that almost all of these photos contain Edward Ackerman through various points in his life. There's a collection of wedding photos, some service photos, some photos of him at a fundraiser, him at a barbecue. Basically a collection of all of the normal photos a person that lived a shockingly long life might have picked up type of thing. Like there's some pictures of what you assume would be Edward Ackerman's wife, maybe his kids or something like that. Like every single photo that should have been at Edward Ackerman's house appears to be here, just kind of nonchalantly, almost just kind of shittily tossed into this chest. Like there's cracked frames, there's broken glass, nothing dangerous or anything like that. Give me a human int actually as you're kind of looking at all of this.
Damn it.
Can we all do it? Or
Oh, you all can, yeah. You're all just kind of looking at this weird.
That is an 83 out of 60% failure.
72 out of 60% failure.
35 out of 14% failure.
Yeah, there's definitely a vibe to this. You can't quite put your finger on it. Like there is, not like it's emanating or anything like that, but like there's definitely kind of a feeling that comes off of this. At the bottom of the chest, neatly folded and kind of in a vacuum sealed container, there is a collection of U.S. Army dress uniforms. Some of them vintage, some of them more recent, but like, again, what you know at Edward Ackerman would line up for kind of the various points of his career, potentially. These would be his dress uniforms.
Is this some sort of case of stolen identity? Have we checked the room or the bedroom?
Have we?
Not thoroughly.
Not thoroughly. Do you want to?
Yeah, I think we should.
This is super unnerving. Let's kind of put this back together as best as we can. Make it seem as if it's untouched. And there wasn't any kind of like triggers or like weird chalk tapes or pieces of hair that was like on the chest.
Not that you found, no.
Okay. Let's put this back as best as we can. And let's check the bedroom because this is beyond disturbing.
Should I check the bedroom now?
Yes, please.
The bedroom is pretty boring. I'm not going to call it like this the furnishings Spartan or anything, but very minimal personal effect. Nothing really of note. A small TV. Like, someone lives here, obviously, but like you're finding the expected clothing. Kind of nothing seems out of place. It's all very normal.
The closet. Does it seem as if there's like a regular set of clothing?
Yeah, it's all normal.
All normal?
Maybe a little bit loud, but also kind of like it matches with retiree in Florida. Lots of bright, obnoxious prints.
Is there any forms of identification or wallets, maybe? Or like anything kind of...
Nah.
No? Right. Well, this is super weird. I'm going to take a couple photos just as kind of visual notes throughout the house real quick.
All right.
I want to take a couple photos of the backyard as well. Do you guys think we should start heading out or do we want to stay a little bit?
I want to look through that dresser because I didn't really get a chance to look through it, but I'm afraid of any surprises in there.
I'm going to, how about this? Check that out. I'm going to do my quick sweep of the backyard. And then once we're done, let's book it and just kind of reevaluate what we found.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to that dresser drawer and I'm gonna have to look inside. So yeah, I'll start looking through it.
The dresser or the travel chest?
Not the travel chest, the dresser.
All right, yeah. So it's like a big kind of display thing. Just kind of going through it.
Yeah, because I mean I looked at it from the externally, but I'm guessing there are like little drawers or something.
Yeah,
or like,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I want to look through that stuff.
Yep. You find a collection of knives and other stuff, all kind of military leaning, all stuff that someone in the military might have racked up over time. Agent Query, you're in the backyard now?
I'm back in the backyard, correct.
What are you looking for exactly?
Anything kind of out of the ordinary, if there is any kind of loose dirt or anything that's kind of been disturbed, if there is any kind of things out of place, hastily put together or kind of hastily thrown on top of something.
Hey, give me an alertness.
Alertness is not my best skill. That is a 54 out of 24%.
There is a sound outside that does not make sense, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
How far is it?
Close.
Close. Is it like incredibly close? Like behind me directly? Or
I'd say within 100 feet. If you're facing away from the house into the kind of the backyard, it's coming from behind you.
If I'm facing away from the house into the backyard, it's behind me?
Yeah, but you couldn't hear it inside.
Can I do a search to see if I can pinpoint the source?
Yeah, give me a search.
All right. That is a 12% success.
So you're looking around and you realize that the sound you were hearing is the sound of a window-based air conditioning, which does not make sense because the house has central air conditioning, as best you could tell. And as you're kind of looking around the house some, you see that down the alley on the side of the house that has the rooms and the bathroom and all that stuff, there is a window-mounted AC unit just sticking out of a window. A window that you did not see from inside the house.
I hop back in. Boys, there's a room. There is an extra room in this house that I don't know where it's connected. There's a window AC unit running right now in the alleyway.
What?
Come here. And I lead them to the spot where you could see the window AC unit.
Yeah. Agent Quan, if you had to guess, that's kind of roughly behind where that dresser you were inspecting was, give or take.
No, fuck. I think this is behind the dresser or whatever that whole thing was. Yeah. You guys ready to move some furniture, boys?
Can do.
All right, so what are you doing? You just gonna try and push the dresser, like throw Agent Quick Draw at it? What is the play to try and find this hidden room?
I imagine initially we try to pull it.
All right.
If it's in the way, then we try to pull it towards us to try to get it out of the way. At least that's my initial idea.
It is very heavy looking, and when you kind of mess with it, it feels very heavy.
I start looking around for maybe some sort of like, I don't know, lever or some sort of mechanic or switch or something that may be some sort of like trick to it around the sides or the back, perhaps.
Yeah, give me a search.
28 out of 34 success.
Yeah, so as you're kind of like running your fingers around the edge of this, you feel a metal, feels like a trigger almost, clasp or something. Just ever so slightly you can press on it.
All right, so before I press on it, I'm like holding it, and I look at the other two and I go, all right, I feel like some sort of button here, some sort of like trigger or something. You guys ready?
Sure.
I take out my gun.
All right. I go ahead and I'm going to engage the mechanism.
All right, so you kind of press it.
Yep.
So you hear just this loud clunk. And then kind of like with barely any effort at all, the dresser starts to swing away from the wall on just some massive, well-made pivot as kind of like any effort you pull it into this to kind of pull it away just makes this thing swing with ease. Like anyone could open this type of thing. And swings away from the wall, revealing a hidden room.
Well, shit. I back away a little bit because I'm expecting some shit to come out. So I kind of back up a little bit to let the people with the guns be in the front for a moment.
Yeah.
At first glance, is there anything out of the ordinary? Or like, is there any light that we can see in there? Like,
Oh, there's plenty weird in the room.
Oh boy.
So directly across from the door is the window. And the window is covered in what appears to be some kind of like vintage tapestry. And the tapestry depicts a dark robed figure looming over what you'd guess is probably some European mountain town or village, but you can't really put a finger on it. The room is basically completely unfurnished except for in front of this tapestry, what you can only describe as a shrine of some kind, like it's a small little shelving unit with what appears to be a metal bowl of some type or something along those lines at the point of honor, kind of directly in front of this figure. The walls are just covered in just utilitarian but fully stocked bookshelves. Like, not a lot of detail into these bookshelves, but they are just full of stuff. And you're seeing books, tomes, scrolls, little artifacty things, just tons of stuff.
Well, I'm taking photos.
Any of you guys got an idea what the fuck this is?
Give me a quick second. Let me just take my initial sweep. Looking at any of the book titles, does anything kind of pop out to me? I have a 70 and a cult.
Tons. Tons of them have the word grimoire. Easily 2/3 of the books you can read the words on reference something occult, if not something very occult. The books that aren't like that, the remaining 1/3 that aren't the kind of obviously occult stuff, still have an occult vibe to them, or like some of them are like field manuals for stuff, or like you spot kind of weirdly mixed in like a dummy's guide to plumbing and shit like that mixed in with all this. But like, yeah, the wide majority of this is very overtly occult texts.
There is an air conditioner unit running
behind the tapestry.
Behind the tapestry is moving?
It's fluttering some, but not much.
Fluttering some, not much. Okay.
The room is much colder than the rest of the house, though. I will give you that.
Okay. Why is the air conditioner running here? So it's a whole bunch of books about magic, or at least some sort of occult sort of thing. There's a whole bunch of grimoires. plumbing for dummies for whatever reason. This might be a little bit more utilitarian. I would like to shift my focus from like the occult to, is there any kind of security system in this room?
Give me a search.
That is a 50 out of 65% success.
Not that you're finding.
Okay. No CCTV. I'm going to imagine that whoever has this study is pretty confident in this place being hidden, seeing as how there's a trap door in front.
Do you speak any languages? Do any of you speak any languages that aren't English, I guess, actually?
Oh boy, this is going to come in handy. I speak Spanish and Latin.
I speak English.
All right. Anything for you, Query?
I think I passed on the foreign language.
Yeah, so Quantity, you notice a couple things. One, weird number of the books are in Latin, like old Latin, legit Latin. But the vast majority of the books are in German.
Oh.
Like English is the minority of the languages these books are written. There's more in like Aramaic and Hebrew and other stuff than English. Again, if you had to guess, the youngest thing in this room is the Idiot's Guide to Plumbing, and that is such an oddity it feels like out of place in a hilarious way. Like, and it's younger than the rest of the things in here by decades, maybe centuries, potentially.
Well, let's see. Creepy occult shit. Check. This looks like some of this stuff is in Latin. Could I know that it is German, but I just obviously can't understand German? Like I can make out that it is German?
The Latin helps you recognize German, yeah.
Okay, cool. The rest of this stuff here looks, or at least some of this stuff looks German. I guess. Interesting choice. Yeah, I don't know German, but I do know Latin somewhat. Not bad. Fairly confident in it, I guess. Oh boy, this is interesting. Huh. Can I make out like at least some of the like? I'm guessing these are all like, you know, you said they're organized on bookshelves and all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, very meticulously.
Okay, you know, on the, what is it called? The spine of the book. Usually they have the names of things.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Okay, for the ones that do, that are in Latin, can I try to make out at least, just so I can get some context as to what these books are about?
What is your foreign language at for Latin?
40.
Yeah, that's more than enough to kind of piece together, like, these are spell books, these are witchcraft books, these are like grimoires of unnatural and kind of mythical creatures and stuff like that. But like, these are old. They talk about them in different ways type of thing. But again, Latin's not the main stuff here. By a significant margin, the books are in German.
Okay. Well, can't tell you what the German shit says, but just off of the Latin stuff, let's see. Spells, some witchcraft shit, definitely some occult bullshit. Yep, we're dealing with something definitely supernatural at this point. I guess Mr. Manfred here has a very interesting alternative life that we don't know about. Probably explains why he has all these medals. I'm wondering if, I don't know. This is just a guess, but I'm guessing our guy maybe is, I don't know, hypothetically, he's a serial killer, but he's using these spells as a way to, I don't know.
He's a serial killer with a theme. Maybe it's like some sort of occult reasoning.
Maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's like taking over their lives or some shit. Who knows? Like, why would he have Ackerman stuff in his apartment? Like, makes no fucking sense.
I don't know. Hey, quick trial. How much room do you have in your bag?
Quite a bit.
All right. Let's start grabbing some books.
Whoa. You're planning on touching these fucking things?
Oh, shit. We can't burn this place down.
Yeah. This is much more than a investigate why an agent got killed off. This is something bigger. I think we might need to call back to base and let them know what's going on, because this is big, and sure Tranche is going to want to hear about it. So I'll go ahead and I'll call Tranche.
Rings a few times. Yeah, what's the word?
Hey, Tranche, you got room for a couple books?
Yeah.
Well, me and the boys seem to have stumbled into a library of some really creepy looking shit. And just from the Latin that I can make out, it's some spell book stuff, some occult shit.
Whoa. Hold the fuck up. You're saying you found a library full of occult texts in central fucking Florida.
Hey, look, you're telling me. How do you think I felt when we found this fucking thing?
How many of them are in German?
I'll take a quick glance. Definitely a majority.
Fuck.
If I had to say, at least, how many books roughly are there in here?
Oh, hundreds.
Yeah, and then how many did you say roughly were German? Like the majority of them were,
easily
right?
75%. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say off the top of my head, at least the ones that I haven't touched the fucking things, but just the ones that I can see from the spines, you're looking at least 3/4 somewhere up there in the high 60, 70%. The rest of these are in Latin that I can make out.
Can I interject real quick? While this phone call is happening, I kind of want to grab the Plumbing for Dummies and just crack it open to see if it is actually Plumbing for Dummies.
It is.
Okay, cool. I put it back.
Yeah, this stuff looks pretty old. I haven't touched the thing because, heaven forbid, I get some sort of fucking thing following me back home. Not dealing with that. But, yeah.
I need you to be real fucking specific with your answer. You seeing anything, any paintings or any shit like that?
Oh, yeah. There were 2 paintings I saw earlier. Hold on. Something about a farm fire and
what the fuck type of farm?
Oh, hold on. Then I checked my notes. Something about a Olsen Farms fire or something like that.
Barenhof, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Started with a B. The sun didn't seem right in the painting though, but yeah.
Fuck.
Anyway, yeah, there were 2 paintings. There's that farm one and then some other one where it just kind of seemed weird.
I need you to be real specific with your next answer.
Yeah.
Is there a painting featuring a shadowy figure?
I don't know if there was a figure, but ink seemed off. There was a second painting, but it just seemed, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Can I go? Well, is the painting on it's on the dresser, right?
It's outside the room you're in.
Okay.
On the wall.
Can I go look for it? Just to kind of
You're talking about the German castle one, right? The super old paint one?
Yeah, well, you said there was a farm one and then there was the other one where the ink was kind of weird, right?
That's the German castle one, yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And so it looks like a German castle-ish. I don't know. Well, I can't assume it's a German castle, but yeah, it looks like a castle.
Don't fucking touch it, but okay.
I haven't touched any of the paintings or these books. I did touch the dresser, which had the switch to open this room. So there's that.
Smart. Okay, so got a library. We've got fucking Felder's Farm again.
Felder's Farm again? What do you mean talking about?
Don't worry about it before your time.
All right. Okay, well, here's what I need to know. How fucked are we?
I mean, on the scale of weird senior citizen to Nazi wizard, you're deep in the Nazi wizard territory, as in like the spell casting type.
Oh, okay.
The main room, any type of like altar or something like that, something that would be used to enact rituals or some shit.
Fuck. The only thing we found there was probably he did have the footlocker of Ackerman. Like, well, not a footlocker of Ackerman, but he had a bunch of Ackerman's photos.
Wait, what? Wait. This guy was, you're saying, collecting Edward's shit?
He had a bunch of Edward's shit in a footlocker or something. Some sort of like leather footlocker thing. It was in the living room.
Okay, so that's not really an altar. Like anything with like, I don't know, like a knife and a bowl and a bunch of blood or anything like that?
Hold on. Guys, go look around and see if you see a bowl with a knife or some blood or some shit.
Again, as you enter the hidden room, there is a little altar-like thing with a very obvious bowl on it.
Oh, you forgot on that. What kind of bowl? Is it specific? Or are we just like,
I don't know, a bowl?
yeah, I guess. Looks like it. I'm not touching it.
Anything by it?
What else was near it? You said the bowl, the knife, and what else?
Do you approach the altar so you can get a better sense of it?
Sure.
All right, so as you approach this little shrine thing, at one point this shrine was like an end table or something, but it's just had like a just ton of strange trinkets like nailed onto it and like sigils carved all over it, and dead center of this is a old, maybe copper stained bowl about the size of like a salad bowl, give or take, and in it is a completely impractical but large kind of like dagger style knife that just has stains of blood dried all over it. There's also off to the right hand side of this little table next to it a weirdly modern, not like modern, but like military style pamphlet of some kind.
Well, you're not going to like this, but
I don't like any of this shit.
well, it's going to get not even likable more, okay? If that makes any fucking sense. I found the bowl with the knife, and it's got a bunch of trinkets and shit around it. Looks like there's blood on the knife itself, and there's a pamphlet here. I don't want to touch the pamphlet, but it's near this shrine-looking thing.
The pamphlet's a kind of beige, slightly bound little like booklet thing, like a field manual or like a research notebook or something like that. It's got a collection of words written across it in German, and then dead center of it, a slightly faded but very prominent swastika.
Yeah, he's written a bunch of shit on it, and it's got a swastika on it. Whoever's here, I don't know.
Why the fuck is it always Nazis?
So, yeah. Surprise.
Give me the address. We'll bag it and tag it for you. I'm suspecting it's too much for you to handle all by yourself.
Oh, yeah, I'm not touching the fucking thing. And so I'll text Tranche the address. All right, what do we do in the meantime? Just leave it?
Maybe stake the place out. Maybe the owner's coming back, unless you've got some reason to think he's not. At the same time, though, too, there's only 3 of you. I'm not sure you have the manpower or firepower to handle an individual of this type, but also we still got an open case.
All right.
None of this sits right with me. Like, we have deltagreen veterans' house that got blown the fuck up with you 3 in it, took out half the team. Doesn't this all feel a tad, I don't know, coincidental, or like we're missing some big part of this?
Well, this guy used to hang out with Ackerman.
Doesn't that seem strange? Like,
well, all this shit seems strange. I'm sitting in a fucking Nazi library.
Point.
You say Nazi?
I mean, Query can probably walk over and see the pamphlet if she wants.
So it all seems weird. But anyway, this, whatever this thing is, whoever, Manfred guy, was hanging out with our vet here. So cases are definitely connected. So not surprised. But yeah, we're trying to get some more information here. But our digging around, found this library. So this is where we're at currently. We do have another lead, but I feel like this is kind of a big fucking deal to worry about right now.
You think?
Yeah. So I'll relay it to the team, and then we'll figure something out. I don't know if we're going to babysit the Nazi library or if we're going to go talk to the sheriff over here. I don't know. This is a lot. Give me a moment to process, Tranche. I apologize. This is not exactly what I was expecting. But anyway, thanks for the update.
Do you want to see what she advises to do with the those old people we're going to go see?
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, so we also talked to a bunch of the other residents that are there, and we've got one lady who's catatonic and only talks at night. Well, anyway, we have other follow-ups for some of the other residents who live there.
You got any names for me or anything like that? Like, any of these people special people of interest?
Yeah, let me see. God damn it, I wish I'd actually written down their names. I don't even have nicknames for these fucking people. What's the catatonic lady's name?
Victoria Neffely.
Yeah, Victoria Neffely. That ring a bell?
The fuck name did you just say?
Victoria Nefeli?
Put a bullet in her and bury her in the swamp.
What the fuck?
Again, before your time. That's not a last name we take kindly around here.
Okay. Well, that's one of them we talked to. And then there's this time I look over to Curry. Hey, what's the Shadows guy's name?
Oh, Yana?
Yeah, and there's also a guy named Jan.
Got a first name for me?
I think that's the first name.
I thought Jan was the first name.
They're doing some clacking. Yeah, back to this Nefeli bitch. You sure that was her name?
Yes.
Yeah. Didn't she mention like her great grandmother or something?
Can you put us on speakerphone, please?
Yeah, sure. I put the phone on speaker.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Emerald Estates resident list. She doesn't exist.
She seems to think differently. She said that she'd tell us about her, I don't know, like her ancestor. I think it was Alexandra or something.
Her great-great-grandmother?
That's fucking impossible.
Okay.
Why?
Because Alexandra Nefeli is dead.
I would expect so. This woman's old.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago, dead.
Maybe their kids got busy? How would she be a great-great-great-grandmother if she's died 3 years ago?
Yes, some more kind of clacking. Yeah, no one by this name has ever existed. And she kind of hear a little more clacking. There's no birth certificate, no social security number. This lady just showed up and oh, fuck.
What's the fuck?
She was checked in by a woman named Samantha Pierce.
Is that a name we're supposed to know?
No, but I know it.
Okay, so advise. Is that something that we have to take care of as well?
I don't fucking know.
Do you need us to bag her and tag her?
If you can. Seems like she's been there for a few years at this point. Might be the safest move, just leave her there at this point. Doesn't seem she's hurting anyone.
There's someone else. There's three we spoke to. There's the lady who talked to us for a while. Then there was the catatonic woman who only is awake at night. And then we've got the Shadows guy. Gosh, I really wish I didn't give him nicknames.
No, okay, so the Jan is the Shadows guy. The creatures that talk to him at night or something like that. Victoria Nefeli was the catatonic woman. She didn't really have a conversation, but apparently she starts talking after the sun sets.
Yeah.
There's Wayne Turner, who is an ex-detective, and he may or may not know or has an inkling about watching us and watching what we're doing. So we're going to figure out what to do with him.
Oh, yeah, he was our loose end guy.
Yes. And the woman that you had met wasn't entirely all right in the head. She was just talking about rumors and just the local gossip. So I don't really have her as a high priority person of interest.
So you got weird old people at a retirement facility. That's not
At a deltagreen retirement facility. Yeah.
not a deltagreen facility. We just dump the occasional person there.
deltagreen adjacent. Otherwise, ETA is to, I'm going to imagine this is going to get all bagged and tagged.
Yeah, I'll get someone over there ASAP. We can't leave a library like that lying around like that. You made your first green box. Congratulations.
Hey.
So that might be a little complicated. This is a address that's associated with our little explosion. They found the owner's cell phone in the rubble.
Yeah, I'll send the fumigation team.
I didn't see any bugs, but I'm going to imagine that's an entire separate thing that I'm not going to ask about.
Yeah, people don't ask questions about cockroach extermination. Just happy you're doing it.
Copy that. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's all that I have to add to update.
Well, if that's it, I gotta go figure out why someone that apparently doesn't exist was checked into an elderly facility by Miss fucking Pierce. So, yeah, do what you need to, lock it up, and we'll contain the house. But sounds like this ain't over.
Yeah, probably not by a long shot.
All right.
While your crew is here, can we give you a sample to run forensic analysis?
Yeah, sure. Leave it out in a bag on the table or something with a couple notes for him.
Perfect.
Do you want us to kind of stay and hang around until your crew shows up, or?
We need to secure the area.
Do you have reason to believe the site's not secure?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're going to leave a sample here for analysis. We don't just leave a baggie sitting around and, so.
All right, yeah.
We'll lock it down.
I'll inform Miss Director that one of her residencies has a cockroach problem. We'll be handling it from here on out.
Sounds good. Appreciate it as always.
On behalf of all of us at Negative Modifier, thank you for listening, and we do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider becoming one, partially so you do not miss our next episode, but mostly because it helps new listeners find us. In addition to that, if you liked the episode, please consider clicking the thumbs up button below. If you'd like to further support the show, please consider joining us on Discord or becoming a Patreon patron.